Man's best friend costs a pretty penny. The American Pet Products Association say Americans will spend about $6 billion on their pets this year for services like grooming, walking, training, and boarding. And our next guest was able to capitalize on that growth in the industry by racking up more than $1 million in revenue by being a dog walker herself. Joining us now is Kristin Morrison, the founder of the Six-Figure Pet Business Academy. And Kristin, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
When we look at this, I think a lot of people react to your story and say, how is that possible to rack up that much being a dog walker? So how did you do it?
So just to be clear, it was over a period of time. It wasn't in 1 year.
Yes.
I had my business for 18 years. And in the beginning, it was very slow. I did not know how to market. I didn't know how to run a business. And I really had to learn myself. I had never taken any kind of business course or anything. And so I got books out of the library and I started studying, enrolled myself in my own business school at night.
And this would have been back.
Yeah, so I started in 1995.
So well before the WAGs and the Rovers and all
Absolutely.
these apps that let you kind of find a dog walker on those.
Exactly. And actually, when I started, people didn't really know what dog walking was in terms of it being a business, a viable business. And so part of what I had to do was really educate people that it was a business.
Yeah, that I'm not going to steal your dog.
Yeah, exactly.
And just run away with it.
So, Kristin, I know when you sold your business, it was in 2013 or 6 years ago. So really, I think before Instagram really took off, and I know a lot of businesses have been built and expanded through the use of social media. If you were doing it now, how do you think social media, if you had those tools then, would have impacted your business? Do you think it would have taken off even more and been even larger?
Absolutely, I do. I mean, I really utilized SEO, search engine optimization. So my website came up very high on the search engines, and that was on purpose to get a lot of clients. But I absolutely would be using social media now. It's so important. I mean, that is the way that people are finding out about different services. And if you're not using it as a business owner, you're going to be left behind.
Yeah.
Hey, Kristin, the hustle and the drive is amazing. I love the story. One of the things that I've found is that when you grow a company really fast is managing the employees.
Yes, absolutely.
So how did you tackle that part?
That's a great question because it was challenging, especially because I didn't ever hire until I had my business. And so it was a new experience. And it started really with me looking at how I was relating to my staff. So initially, I looked at them as they worked for me. And there was a little bit of a, like, I'm in control kind of thing. But what I realized is I needed to grow a team. And in order to grow a team, we had to be on the same page. And so even my language began changing. Like, they work with me instead of they work for me.
Yeah, and you don't want to feel like you're walking the dog walker that's walking the dog. You don't want that.
Exactly.
You might want to have them be a little bit on a longer leash, right, Kristin Myers?
Your pun
Sorry.
game is out of control.
It's becoming great.
A lot of people do that with this business, believe me.
I have one really quick question for you, because Zach mentioned, Rover and WAG, and we've seen the gig economy grow and grow, and lately in your state, California, has passed this law that companies like Uber and Lyft are going to have to classify their contractors actually as employees. I'm wondering what your thoughts are, especially since this dog walking business and the pet business frequently relies on independent contractors. Should some of these companies really classify their contractors as employees?
Yes, I do believe that. I wish that there was a middle ground. I actually think there needs to be, given what's happening with the gig economy. But that being said, going back to pet sitting and dog walking, somebody said this morning, I was talking to them and they said something like, pet sitting is not a gig for me. It's my business. It's my livelihood. And when you think about it, people are going into people's homes. They're with their pets. It's very intimate and it's vulnerable for them. So I think when we start getting into it being a gig, that kind of demotes it as far as the value that we're bringing as pet sitters and dog walkers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Kristin Morrison, a very fascinating story. Congrats on all the success.
Thank you.
Doing it before all of this other attention was on it. So thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.